Till you find your way back home.
What's up YouTube? My name is Vince. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to say something to my longtime subscribers. I am back in Morgantown, if you can't already tell from my kitchen. It should be very familiar. I gotta finish what I started, guys. A long time ago, I came to West Virginia University and I wanted to, come back and finish. If you guys check a few videos back in my channel, you're gonna see that I came back to Pennsylvania, but it just didn't feel right. When I was waking up every morning, I felt like a failure, and I wanted to come back. I'm getting back my motivation, my drive, my hunger for success, and getting this degree is going to help me do that. It's just something that I got to do. I feel like that it's going to help me in the long run. But for now, I'm back in Morgantown, working on a full-time job. Going to be uploading a little bit more YouTube videos now and again. It's been a little bit, a little bit of dry spell, just because I'm moving back and forth, and I've been a little bit off the rocker, if you guys know what I'm saying. Not motivated, feeling kind of, just down about a lot of things, kind of like a depression almost. But I'm getting back on it. Don't worry, guys. I'm still going to be, uploading new content. And if you guys have been paying attention, you guys notice that this sign, plaque, I don't even know what to call it, board with writing on it. You guys might recognize that too. And that was whenever I was living with Casey, and Casey and I are back together. Now I don't want to go too far in depth about it, but we're back together. We've settled our differences, and I couldn't be happier. From the looks of things, she can't be happier either. And she's the person that I want to be with in the long run, like forever. So she will be, on the channel more often. We might even get our own channel. I don't know what's going to be in the future, but all I know is that I'm going to be with her. So with that being said, let's jump into the actual content of this video. You guys, please excuse the weird noises. I'm running the dishwasher. So anyway, I wanted to make this video on why your diet might not be working for you. For my longtime subscribers, you know what I'm about. Intermittent fasting and carb backloading. But there are some new subscribers, some new viewers out there who might not know, what that is, or, how to implement that into their own diet and training protocol. I'm not going to go into too far depth about it, but I just wanted to say something to the new viewers, new subscribers, people who are just, checking in. Why your diet might not be working for you. And I'm going to go through a few basic tips and tricks, what you can do to actually, help get, bust through some weight loss plateaus. So without further ado, here's my first tip. Count your macros and track them. Now, I know this might sound like, a little bit of overkill, especially for the intermediate lifter, for someone who's been doing this for a while. But I wanted to cover all aspects, and I wanted to start with some of the basic stuff. So if you're just starting out in the gym, on your weight loss journey, etc., you just want to get a little thinner for the summer, count your macros. It might seem tedious at first, but I promise you guys, it will be more than worth it in the end. So I'm not going to get into, how to set up your macros and etc., how to do all that stuff, because that'll just be a too long of a video. So my first tip is count your macros and stick to them. Make sure you track them. Not only is it going to help you lose weight, but it's also going to show you how your body reacts to those certain macros, and what you can do to, help that weight loss progress along. Tracking your macros is a great tool to have, so you can always see what you need to do next. Tip number 2. Always stay hydrated. So staying hydrated is going to help you in a lot of different ways, but for the sake of time, I'm only going to touch on a few. So, and when you're hydrated, your body's going to be working at optimum levels. as opposed to if you weren't hydrated, that is. So drinking a lot of water is going to help you, in your bodily functions. Your metabolism is going to be a little bit higher. It's just going to help you and feel better as well. Whenever you're hydrated, drinking a lot of water, you're going to actually feel a lot less hungry, which is going to stop you from, giving into your cravings and just giving into hunger. There's actually a few studies that show that you might not actually be hungry, you just might be dehydrated. So when you get those stomach pains and you're feeling like, oh man, I could really use a Twinkie right now, it actually might be you being dehydrated. And another reason why staying hydrated is gonna help you is it's actually going to help you digest faster. And there is a study, and I've seen it a few times, I'm not sure if it's been proven, but drinking cold water can actually can speed up your metabolism even more so. So staying hydrated is just going to help you all around. It may not help you, stay the lowest weight, because obviously the more water you drink, the more you put in your body, you're going to be weighing a little bit more, but it will aid in fat loss, and at the end of the day, that's what we want. Tip number 3, change the type of cardio that you are doing. You're on a weight loss journey. You're trying to lose 5, 10, even 20 pounds. You got to be doing some sort of cardio. And if you aren't, you better start. Instead of doing 45 minutes on the treadmill, walking at a slow pace, maybe do a little bit of high intensity interval training or HIIT. What I like to do personally is 5 minutes of high intensity interval training where I'm doing a low intensity jog, walk for 40 seconds, and then 20 seconds I'm sprinting all out as hard as I can. 40 plus 20 is a minute. So I do 5 rounds of 40 seconds low intensity, 20 seconds high intensity. Now, I'm not exactly on a specific shredding program yet, but it will be coming soon. So I will increase that time to 7, 8, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whenever it comes down to it, when I'm trying to get really, really lean, as shredded as possible. There's also another way you can do it. You can do 1 minute of sprint, 2 minutes of light intensity. What this is going to do is this is going to help you in the long run, throughout the day, of burning calories, and it's been referred to a few times as the afterburn effect. And whenever you do a high intensity training regimen where you're going balls to the wall as hard as you can early in the morning, your metabolism is going to be firing at a higher speed, a higher rate throughout the remainder of the day, or at least for the next few hours afterwards, as opposed to whenever you're only doing 20 minutes of low intensity cardio. I'm not saying that high intensity interval training cardio is better than low intensity cardio, but it's worked better for me. And I would rather spend 10 minutes on the treadmill than 45 minutes on the treadmill. But it's all about what you guys want to do. Tip number 4, refrain from eating as soon as you wake up. So, dishes are clean. What I've done in the past, whenever I was a youngster, coming up, reading Muscle and Fitness magazine, people I would notice say, make sure you eat as soon as you wake up to avoid catabolism, your body eating your muscle. If you don't eat as soon as you wake up, your body's going to eat your muscle that you work so hard for. What I've come to see throughout most recently is your body won't eat your muscle unless you are extremely malnourished, for 48 hours, I think it is. The body doesn't revert to eating muscle normally until 48 to 72 hours of no eating. So you guys might know that I do intermittent fasting. And people always say whenever I tell them for the first time, oh my gosh, isn't that bad? Won't your body eat your muscles? Well, instead of getting into everything in depth about it, the most simple answer is no, of course not. Your body isn't going to eat your muscle. For one reason that I like to go back to time and time again, I go to the gym very, very frequently. I go every day. For those who don't go every day, you might go, every other day, or 2 days in a row, 1 day rest. And that's still a lot when you think about it. My body knows I work out every day. My body isn't going to eat the muscle because it knows that I have to use it later on that day. Just imagine, your body likes to be more, your body wants to be the most efficient that it can be. If it knows, or is gotten used to, you going to the gym every day around 5 p.m., why would it eat the muscle that you need to perform? Your body wants to be able to perform at the highest efficiency all the time. So if I go to the gym every day at 5 and my body's gotten used to it, it's going to use anything else in my body as fuel instead of muscle. When you work out, your body thinks that it's under a massive, like an attack almost. You're in battle. You're fighting for your life almost. If you train intensely like I do. And whenever I get under that bench and I'm, pressing, I'm going to a failure. And that failure responds in your muscles, and whenever I can't do one more rep on the bench, my body's like, oh damn, I wasn't able to get that last rep. I gotta adapt, and I gotta get bigger. My muscles think that they have to get bigger, which is good. Thanks, guys. I do want you guys to get bigger too. But it also says, this is gonna happen in like 2 days, all over again. I better save this. I better save this muscle that I build. So, without going into depth about everything, your body is going to save the muscle that it works hard to create so it can perform better next time. So back to the point. Fasting, even a basic fast, which I like to tell everyone about. You have an eating window of 8 hours and you have a fasting window of 16 hours. Your body is not going to eat your muscle. You might be more hungry, but for 8 hours you get to eat as much as you want, or at least for your macros if you're on a diet. So incorporate a semi-fast, even if you don't want to do intermittent fasting. Just wait an hour or two after waking up before you eat. I promise you that it's going to be better for you and you're not going to lose muscle. This tip kind of plays off of the previous one, where instead of fasting, you might want to avoid carbs first thing in the morning. So let's say you don't listen to my last tip and you're still going to eat every morning first thing when you wake up. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If it works for you, continue to do it. If it doesn't, try something else. If you don't want to just not eat, if you don't want to, wait a little bit, don't eat carbs with your first meal. If you're going to eat carbs, the more low glycemic carbs, the better. So instead of eating white rice in the morning or pancakes in the morning, let's just say, go for like a spinach or a broccoli instead. Low glycemic carbs, leafy green vegetables, high fibrous vegetables. You guys get the point. What this is going to do is, I'm going to dumb this down a little bit, but what I've learned is as soon as you have carbs in the morning, if you eat carbs in the morning, there is a switch, if you will, in your body where as soon as you eat carbs, your body is going to flip on the carb burning switch and burn carbs instead of body fat as fuel. So Johnny wakes up, makes pancakes, and eats pancakes first thing in the morning. Johnny's body flipped on the burn carb switch, where his body's gonna, use those carbs as fuel and burn those first. Let's say the next day Johnny wakes up in the morning and eats 3 pieces of bacon. That's it. Johnny's on a weird diet. Instead of flipping the carb switch, it's the body is going to stay in a fat burning mode and keep it on burning fat. Now, why does this have anything to do with diet? Well, when you think about it, guys, what do we want to lose whenever we're on a diet? Body fat, not carbs. Yes, I guess it'll help whenever you burn the glycogen. I guess that'll help. But at the end of the day, we as lifters want to keep the glycogen in our muscles for fuel during the workout. We don't really want the body fat. We want the abs to show. So if you guys have any questions about those tips, I know they were kind of basic, but if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, friend me on Facebook, send me an email if you have any questions. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, always stay flexed.
Till you find your way back home.